So my Buddhist or Chinese viewers might relate to this part. So remember when you were younger, your parents or grandparents or your friends will be like, hey, you cannot point at the moon or else Buddha will cut off your ear or eat your ear or something. Yeah, I remember that superstitions. And me being the child of science that I am, continue to point at the moon because it's just a celestial object. It can't do anything to you because it's not alive. But I mean, I just think it's a silly superstition. But let's be real, there's many more superstitions out there for me to complain about. This is just one that I thought you guys would relate to. So anyway, let's just awkwardly transition and talk about moons today. Moons. I'm pretty sure you all know what is a moon. If you don't know what's a moon, this is a moon. Okay, the end. Okay, not really. There's more to this video, of course.
So basically, a moon or a natural satellite,
if you want that plus 20% nerd points,
is a celestial object that orbits a planet or a minor planet.
To be honest, there's no real lower limit to what a moon is. I mean, moons can be about less than a kilometer across and you should be called moons, although the term moonless is used sometimes.
Sometimes moons can be almost as big as the parent body it orbits, or at least take up a big ratio of their masses, like Pluto and Charon, and in our case, the Earth and our moon. So sometimes they're referred to as double planet.
I could just end the video right here, but hey, a 2-minute long video about moons is not gonna make much sense. So I'm gonna continue to proceed to lengthen this video.
The first moon we knew of was the moon.
Duh.
But back then, it was considered a planet.
According to the Wikipedia page, but it is listed as lacking proper citation. And I'm pretty sure your teacher will have already drilled it into your head that Wikipedia is not a reliable source of information, so treat this tiny section with a grain of salt.
The first use of the word satellite is by Johannes Kepler in his pamphlet Narration about 4 satellites of Jupiter observed in 1610. The word was derived from the Latin word, I cannot pronounce this properly, meaning guard, attendant or companion. From then on, all the way until 1957, satellite would refer to the moons of other planets, along with our moon. However, in 1957, with the launch of Sputnik, the first artificial satellite, we began to use satellite to refer to artificial satellites, and when talking about moons, we use the term natural satellite. Although calling them moons is okay as well. Calling natural satellites moons came from science fiction, but after all these changes to the meanings, the term has regained credibility and even some scientific papers use it as well.
And to wrap up this incredibly confusing tangle of names, when referring to our moon, we use the word the moon or Luna as to make it clear you're referring to the moon orbiting the Earth and not any other moon.
Anyways, for the many more decades afterwards, we kept on finding more and more moons orbiting Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. And we even found asteroids with moons, dwarf planets with moons, and we might have found exoplanets, which are planets orbiting other stars with moons. I mean, it's very likely exomoons, as they are called, do exist. It's just that it's really hard to spot them as moons that are usually quite small. In our solar system, there are 185 known moons, with 4 dwarf planets including Pluto having moons, along with 334 other minor planets having moons as well, including asteroids with tiny moons orbiting them.
Moons can be classified into 2 groups, regular moons and irregular moons.
Regular moons are moons that formed along with their parents, with these moons having nice circular orbits that are not too inclined. Also, most regular moons are usually tidally locked to their parent body, so that means where one face of the moon would always face the parent body, like how we only see one side of our moon and we can't see the other side. Examples of regular moons include our moon, the Galilean moons of Jupiter, and Titan, which orbits Saturn.
And not Thanos' homeworld.
Irregular moons are moons that were captured by their parent body, so these moons did not form along with their parents. This results in these moons having very elliptical and usually very inclined orbits. Most of these irregular moons are usually small and were former asteroids or comets, although in a strange case it appears that Triton, which orbits Neptune, may have been a captured dwarf planet like Pluto. One way we knew about this was because Triton orbits Neptune backwards relative to the other moons, And well, most irregular moons are not tidally locked, as they usually orbit too far away to have become locked.
Now is where we get into the weirder aspects of moons.
Temporary moons are moons which orbit a parent body only for a while before moving away and orbiting the Sun again. The only example we found is 2006 RH-120, which became another moon of Earth from 2006 to 2007 for 9 months.
So that means during that time, we technically had 2 moons. Another weird thing about moons is that moons can have moons called submoons, or as what I like to call it, and it's what Tumblr blew up about, moons. We haven't really seen one yet, but it has been theorized that moons do exist.
Trojan moons are moons that follow other moons in their orbits, as these moons are situated at Lagrange points, which are points where gravitational interactions cancel each other out, so it is essentially a parking spot in space. The only 2 known moons with Trojan moons are Tethys and Dione, both orbiting Saturn. And lastly, asteroid moons are moons that orbit asteroids, the first one discovered being 243 Ida and Dactyl. Although most moons are barren, lifeless, grey, cratered, etc., not all moons look that way. Io has volcanoes giving it its unique look, while other moons like Ganymede and our moon had evidence of past geologic activity. Triton and Enceladus has cryovolcanoes on its surface, while Titan and Triton has some form of an atmosphere, with Titan having lakes, rain, rivers, and seas of hydrocarbon. It's actually really cool. And lastly, Europa, Callisto, Enceladus, and Ganymede might have subsurface oceans with life potentially living there, which is really cool. I mean, aliens, but within our own solar system.
In conclusion, I think that moons are one of the cutest things in space. Like, it's a cute little companion that follows a planet through its adventures through space and time. Always following, always there. It's like a cute little doggy that will stop following you. I mean, oh, ain't that cute?